Noah Bennett didn't react immediately to the text. That part mattered later. People always imagine moments like that arriving with obvious drama, shouting, slammed doors, some final breaking point everyone recognizes in real time. Instead, it happened quietly on a gray Thursday morning while he stood upstairs folding a dress shirt beside his half-packed suitcase. His phone buzzed once. "Your ticket's cancelled. Have a nice taxi back home, loser." Then, beneath it, a laughing emoji from his mother. Noah stared at the screen for several seconds before sitting slowly on the edge of the bed. Downstairs, he could still hear the garage door closing. His parents and younger sister had already left for the airport. The house became silent unusually fast afterward. He typed 3 responses before deleting them all. Eventually, he sent one word. "Okay." That seemed to disappoint them more than anger would have. For the past 6 months, Noah had been living back at home outside Seattle after a breakup and career reset collided at the exact wrong time. He worked remotely doing system support contracts while trying to stabilize financially enough to move out again. His parents never openly called him a failure. They preferred humor. His father, Russell, specialized in comments disguised as motivation. "Must be nice working in sweatpants all day. Your sister had a mortgage by your age. Some people launch later than others, I guess." His mother, Diane, rarely started these conversations, but she laughed just enough to avoid interrupting them. That part stayed with Noah longer than the jokes. The Vancouver trip had originally been presented as a reset, family time. He even contributed money toward the rental house despite barely using savings lately. But 2 nights earlier, dinner turned sour after Russell drank too much wine and started talking about extended adolescence. Nobody used Noah's name directly. They didn't need to. By noon that day, Noah unpacked his suitcase completely. At first, he felt embarrassed more than angry. Walking around the empty house felt strangely childish, like he'd been excluded from a school event despite being nearly 30 years old. Then the quiet settled in, and something unexpected happened. He relaxed. No passive-aggressive comments from downstairs. No comparisons to his sister Paige's perfect suburban life. No careful monitoring of how long he slept or whether he was networking enough. Just silence. That evening he wandered into the home office looking for printer paper for a freelance invoice. The desk was buried beneath unopened mail, receipts, golf brochures, and folders his father usually treated like classified government documents. Noah almost ignored the paperwork entirely. Then he noticed the red lettering, "Final Notice." Another envelope underneath referenced restructuring deadlines tied to a second mortgage. He sat down slowly. Over the next hour he pieced together enough information to understand the basics. Russell's small distribution business had taken major losses months earlier. Instead of telling anyone, he'd borrowed against the house while pretending everything remained stable. Noah leaned back in the chair staring at the papers. Suddenly a lot of conversations made more sense. The constant tension, the fixation on success, the bitterness every page mentioned renovations or travel. His father wasn't just disappointed in him, he was scared. The realization softened Noah briefly before another thought followed behind it. And they still humiliated me anyway. Saturday morning, a certified letter arrived requiring signature confirmation. Noah signed because nobody else was home. Mortgage Servicing Department, urgent response requested. Authority always changes the emotional temperature of a situation. The paper itself looked ordinary, but holding it made the situation feel suddenly real in a way hidden anxiety never does. That afternoon, Noah called an old coworker in Portland about a systems management position he'd previously hesitated to pursue. "You still interested?" the coworker asked. Noah looked around the quiet kitchen before answering. "Yeah," he said. "Actually, I think I am." His parents returned Sunday evening sunburnt and exhausted from vacation photos and winery tours. Russell entered first carrying luggage. Benny noticed the boxes stacked neatly near the staircase. "What's all this?" Noah walked out from the kitchen holding the certified envelope. "You should probably open this," he said calmly. Russell frowned immediately after seeing the sender information. Diane's expression changed next. Not defensive, worried. The mortgage company called twice, Noah added. They said deadlines were missed. The room became very still. For the first time in months, Russell didn't have a sarcastic response ready. Paige entered behind them carrying souvenirs before slowly realizing something serious had interrupted the normal family rhythm. Nobody mentioned the plane ticket, not once. That silence almost felt more uncomfortable than confrontation. Later that night, Noah overheard his parents arguing quietly in their bedroom. Not explosive fighting, just tired voices carrying through vents and hallway shadows. His father sounded smaller somehow. Over the next 2 weeks, Noah accepted the Portland position officially. Diane started behaving differently after that. Gentler. She asked whether he needed help packing, left coffee outside his room one morning before he woke up. Russell mostly avoided conversation altogether. The thing to an apology came 3 days before Noah left. His father stood in the garage while Noah loaded boxes into his car. "You didn't have to make us look irresponsible," Russell muttered without meeting his eyes. Noah almost answered defensively. Instead, he said quietly, "I didn't." Russell nodded once like he understood something too late. Noah left before sunrise the following Monday. He cleaned the guest room carefully, folded the blankets, left a short thank you note for his mother beside the coffee machine. Months later, Diane told him during a phone call that the upstairs hallway felt strangely empty now. Noah looked around his small Portland apartment after she said it. For years, distance had always felt like rejection to him. For the first time, it didn't. For the first time, it felt like shape.